Hi.
Hi David, thanks for meeting me today.
Pleasure.
And as you're aware, we're going to be looking at different standards as we meet, and I think today we're going to be looking in more detail at PL2, and I know you know that standard's all about developing professional networks and communities, and I think, in terms of your journey, it's about how you develop your confidence and skills and how this can impact on your practice and your development as a professional. So if we could start with really, where were you at the beginning of your placement here at Palmerston? What would you say you were like in terms of your knowledge and understanding?
Okay, so I came into teaching very recently after spending 15 years as an engineer. So whilst I had quite a lot of sort of knowledge and understanding of research and professional networking in engineering, and working as an LSA actually quite recently in a local primary school, my knowledge of PL2 was very low, and it was fair to say I was unaware.
And that's fair enough, isn't it? Because you don't know what you don't know, do you?
Exactly.
But that's brilliant. So in terms of your journey now, and I know you're still on your first placement, how do you feel you developed now at this point in Cap 1? Do you think that you have made progress, and perhaps you could exemplify where and how, and what steps you've taken, or maybe what support you've had to help you grow in this area?
Okay, so during my initial clinical practice and during team teaching, I would often see my mentor performing certain strategies in the classroom, which I mimicked in the early parts of team teaching, but didn't really understand why I was performing them. And so with support from my mentor during meetings and SLT days, I've researched AFL more, and now I'm using it in the classroom, and I'm understanding why it's being used in the classroom as well.
Brilliant, that's fantastic. So do you feel that mentor meetings have really helped unpick that theory? So
Yes.
And I know your class mentor has done a lot of research, certainly with Shirley Clark as well, on AFL. So
Definitely. I think her knowledge and experience of AFL with Shirley Clark has been very beneficial to me in being able to implement and understand why I'm using these AFL strategies.
And I think you're right. And in terms of my perspective, having looked at your Pebble Pad and seen your contributions to SLT days, I can see that developing knowledge and understanding of where theory can impact in your classroom practice, and I can see from your lesson plans as well where AFL is becoming more of a factor, and your evaluations are certainly reflecting your growing understanding of that, which is brilliant. Now, in terms of going on to those next steps, I know that you're certainly widening your network and resources of knowledge, because from working very closely with your class mentor, you've now become part of staff meetings and the network within schools. So I don't know if you want to talk to me a little bit about your work with Mr. David and IT research, because I know you've done some more work on that as well in terms of wider school approaches.
Yeah, so following an inset, we discussed DCF and using sort of digital technology in the classroom. And so that's definitely, so I did a bit of did some research on what was available in the school and beyond that, and I was able to implement some DCF into the classroom. So definitely broadening beyond my class mentor has definitely helped with improving my teaching.
Fantastic. And what I love to see is that that research and inquiry time has been built on from that inset, and you've gone away, you've done your own research, so you're building on what your class mentor's saying, what our IT leader's saying, and now you're going away, and certainly you're on the cusp of those next steps of becoming even more independent now, which is fantastic, because I think obviously when we meet again we'll be looking towards that next step and that next level, so we've certainly got some good building blocks there. So thank you so much for meeting me today.
No, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Cheers. Thanks a lot.
Okay.